What's up? What's up? Pick Central. Thursday, September 7th.
You got it.
Full cast, Marty, Ev, myself, Clemmer, Smitty. You got the MVP behind the sticks, as well as Jason. Brought to you by Cars.com. Cars.com is a leading digital marketplace that connects car shoppers with their perfect car. Celebrating 25 years of helping shoppers research, find, inventory, finance, and sell cars. Wherever life takes you and whoever you're looking to be, there's a car for that on Cars.com. Up to 50,000 cars are added daily to Cars.com. Shop over 2 million cars for 2 million possibilities. I talk about it all the time. Again, my parents just got out of their lease, went to Cars.com. Cars.com is the way to go. Great selection. Nobody lying to you. Cars.com is where you want to be. Find your next possibility on Cars.com. Where to next? All right, so September 7th, Thursday. Not necessarily much in terms of the headlines. Kim Mulkey, $32 million. You want to start there?
She deserves
Anybody else got a bigger headline?
What a queen.
Football back?
Only
back.
one of the greatest days of the
Football
year.
back.
Let's go.
Football back. Long summer. We made it. Chiefs, Lions. Do you know I had to look it up? I didn't know that they started this kickoff 20 years ago. Does it feel like that?
What?
Thursday night football?
The Thursday
20
night.
years ago.
No.
I would have said half that.
Really?
I swear to God, you can. Unless I'm dead wrong, 2002, the Giants, I think, played Washington in the kickoff on a Thursday night to start the season. I could be wrong based off of that. But
When did they switch the draft? The draft was recently the Thursday night.
draft was probably like 2010, 2011. But the kickoff, it does seem. I love that it's. I don't love the Thursday games in season. I'll be honest. I think there's a lot of times where I'm like, fuck, Titans, Jaguars again, and I'm
Players
like,
don't like it that much either.
I'm like locked into this prison of a watch. But
I kinda,
starting the season on Thursday, I think is genius. I was just surprised it's been that long.
I'm shocked. I also love Thursday night football. It gives me something to do, especially Thursday, November and December, something to watch.
Yeah, but
but
we've
it's-
always had
it's-
college. We've
yeah.
always had college.
And it's no
So it's
question
like-
the quality of the games are sometimes.
No, that's true. As an NFL only fan, though, Thursday night football has been a savior in November and December.
Yeah. In terms of tonight, obviously the storyline seemed to be Chiefs pretty banged up. You kind of wonder. Chiefs are at home. Returning Super Bowl champs, maybe a little bit of a hangover. Kelsey probably not going to play.
wouldn't say
Also,
that.
would you?
No. They read some things before the show, Bosco.
I think he's
They
probably gonna
said
play.
that I wouldn't bet on him not playing.
Okay.
Jason
If you're the
Kelsey said
Chiefs-
he's good to go.
If you're the
That's his
Chiefs,
blood.
does that make any sense?
Yes.
No.
I think it depends.
No,
Absolutely
I
not.
think it depends.
Yeah, he probably shouldn't play. I hope he does
I
play.
wouldn't play him.
Especially when you have 12 days after or 10
They
days.
wouldn't
Yeah.
play him
Right.
if it was that bad. They wouldn't.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I think
Agreed as well.
the injury, if there's not like a significant risk of like injuring it worse, and it's just like a pain tolerance thing, he's definitely gonna play.
It's inflammation in the knee. You can absolutely re-aggravate that.
Bone.
I mean,
I trust the
That-
Chiefs. Like,
I mean, it's
if he's gonna, they're not gonna put him out there. They're gonna injure him. Like, could
That's
be
what I'm
way
saying,
more
exactly.
injured. And second, it's gonna be very hard to tell Travis Kelce not to play tonight. There's both go into it. But we talked about it yesterday. You guys were. I came today with stats of a couple of things. One's a really good stat for not this one, but the one that I just sent to Dukes. If you could pull that up, Week 1, Patrick Mahomes is incredible, absolutely incredible.
seen,
And I know Jared Goff is 6-0 in Week 1, but also this is Patrick Mahomes' Week.
Hold on. I have a hard time narrowing Patrick Mahomes down to just 1 week because Patrick Mahomes 1-18 is unbelievable.
But everyone says that. Everyone was telling me like, oh, how is he Week 1?
Like
Week 1,
nothing's going to
he's
surprise me
fucking-
right
He
now.
has
Nothing's gonna surprise
stats
me.
from like December that are just unholy as well.
He's got no
Every
interceptions.
day he's fucking unbelievable.
That's why you guys keep telling me things about the Lions, and I can tell you about things because yesterday we were fighting more about like why the Lions are the play. Obviously, we're gonna fight because everyone's on. You two on the Lions
I'm on the Lions.
and Smitty?
I'm actually not on a side, but I do think the Chiefs are going to win.
Well, that's
Sounds like you're on a
very
side.
big. I mean, they're
Well, winning
6-point
and
dog.
covering is two different.
It's true.
Two different animals.
You don't think they're going to cover?
Who would you have picked to cover?
I would pick the Chiefs to cover.
Hey,
I went with Mahomes.
I like that.
Just in
Ev.
case. I went with Mahomes'
I don't
passing
know,
yards.
I
I'll
don't
probably.
know how much that helps you.
I do think, though, I got to stop you there for a second, Mark. I didn't know this. Jared Goff 6-0 in Week 1.
Against the spread.
Yeah,
Against
guess
the
what?
spread.
It's due.
I don't like that.
So then Mahomes is due.
Yeah,
Give me
right,
Mahomes' Give me
yeah.
Mahomes' week 1.
Exactly. We could go back and forth.
What's his record in those 5 games? I'm trying
5?
to look it up now.
Give me Mahomes week 1.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not. There's no doubt that Patrick Mahomes is going to ball out tonight. No doubt in my mind. Maybe the Lions are able to hang in or score more.
I think the Lions are going to score quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're gonna be able to control the line of scrimmage, especially in offense. They're gonna.
I'm getting scared about the over. I'm starting to lean towards the under.
Oh, I'm going on the over, and I think Jared Goff actually throws for a lot of yards today because I think they're going to be losing, and I think in that fourth quarter he's going to be just throwing like crazy.
It's such an obvious everyone's like it's over. Like two teams that do run the field a ton. Like the Lions getting shootouts, but I could also see a little rust coming off the.
What is it right now? 53.5.
I was saying like 52. It's 52.
I went to
52.5. So that means it's going to be 28-24.
It's high.
Yeah, it went. It also started at 54, I believe.
Yeah.
So it's been going down.
I like the. It's one of those. Even though it's
53.5 right now.
even though it's kind of obvious, I don't really care.
53.5, boys.
Pull his week 1 stats. I want to see that, please.
Last year, 365 touchdowns, 337, 3. Yeah, I mean.
It's been pretty impressive.
3, 4. Yeah, I mean he's unbelievable every week. I think he's going to go down as the best to ever do it.
No, he definitely is.
But yeah, week 1.
The current money coming in, and this is the odds being plus 4.5, down from 5. 63% of the money, 44% of the bets are on Detroit with that spread, with sharp money coming on Detroit.
Yeah, I
I think
think
it's a little down from yesterday.
that doesn't surprise me. I think everybody is rooting for Detroit. I feel like Detroit's the feel-good like across the
People are
NFL.
also getting sick of the Chiefs.
Yeah, if you took somebody and took their fandom away, like ask a Washington fan, ask a Raiders fan, be like, who do you think are the most compelling stories in the NFL? It's probably the Chiefs. I'm sorry, the Lions and the Jets.
But if you're just a casual bettor and you see 4.5 Chiefs opening day at home, Patrick Mahomes whipping it out, like you're not
I think
playing
that
on that?
you do know.
I
that.
think
people
as
know
much as
Kelsey's
that
hurt.
narrative is there, I think a ton of people like the Lions are pesky. It's a Lions year.
I think
I
that
mean,
the people.
the numbers he read just would say otherwise.
I think
Those are, like,
people are also
facts.
down. Like Kelsey's hurt. Jones isn't playing. Like there's just a lot of things going on with the Chiefs, and people are already saying he's gonna have another down. He's gonna have a down year this year. Like, this is the year where he doesn't have a.
Are
down
you saying that Patrick Mahomes has haters?
Huh?
Are you trying to say that Patrick Mahomes, like, people are doubting him?
No.
I think
Because I think Chris Jones is a bigger loss than people are giving credit for. That defense is substantially worse.
I
without him.
think
Defense
we
has
need
been
to ask
bad.
the real question when it comes to betting on tonight. Where is Jackson Mahomes and Patrick Mahomes' wife going to be?
Pretty sure Jackson will be in house arrest.
He's been kind of out of the loop
Okay.
since the incident.
and then Mahomes' wife will be there.
Yeah, she'll be in.
She'll
box.
definitely
She'll
be
be in
there.
a box.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes has been in this situation once before. Thursday night to start a season. He went 24 of 32, 211 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks.
Why was he only in it to start? Oh, this is only his second Super Bowl, right?
Correct. Second one.
Yeah.
Following one, yeah.
Got it. Yeah, following. So
Yeah. So and that was against Houston, by the way, in 2020.
I don't put that much credit in it.
No, I know,
I think
I know,
Mahomes. I think Mahomes
just put
is
it out
the
there.
outlier where he's just going to be good no matter
You guys
what.
put credit into Jared Goff. Like you have to know who did he play? Who did they play in when
Well,
the
He played the Eagles week 1 last
He's also
year and fucking
played-
balled out.
with the Rams as well. This is not just the Lions for six games.
Let me ask you guys this. Do you think there's anything to a week 1 stat like that being somewhat of a proof because they have more time to prepare? So, like, is there something to week 1 being good? Like, maybe these guys can go kind of the extra mile or get better reads on defense, things like that? Or is that a false equivalence?
I don't. To be honest, I don't think the stat either way matters like a ton.
I don't think any of it matters.
And more for me, the golf. Like I'm not using golf. The reason golf being 6-0 against spread at week 1 has basically zero to do with me betting the Lions. I was on the Lions before I even knew that stat. It would more just be used as a counter to like, oh, Mahomes has been great week 1. Sorry, like Goff has been great week 1 as well. I keep saying that I think they're gonna be able to run the shit out of the ball without Jones. That hurts their pass rush quite a bit. The Lions' offensive line is phenomenal. It's one of the best in the league. Like they're gonna be able. I would be shocked if they couldn't run the ball tonight. And I think they're gonna be able to control the game that way. That's the only part that would scare me about the unders if they try to, or scare me betting the overs if they're gonna try to slow the game down, establish the run, keep the ball away from Mahomes, which has been a good strategy for a lot of teams. That's kind of how the Titans have had their number, and some other teams have played well against them doing that. So I think the Lions are very capable of doing that. That's why also I love like my prop. I love Montgomery to score a touchdown tonight. So I think they're going to run the ball. I think he's going to get he's going to get the goal line carries. I do think it's going to be a high scoring game, and I think Montgomery scores. I just like them to keep it close. I think they keep it close.
You're not worried Gibbs is going to take those goal line carries away?
I don't think if they're going to like punch one in from like the 1. Like I'd be surprised if he got the ball.
I think Montgomery's just straight up taking over that Jamal Williams role.
My props are
I think they
all
go to
on-
veterans by the goal line. To his point too, like
Because
let's trust
Gibbs
Gibbs
gonna get a lot of
before he's great, but let's trust him before
I think they drafted him to be like the receiving back, be like a
Swift replacement.
You pick him. Yeah, you pick him in the first down. Like he's going to get a lot of touches, but I think they're going to use him a lot in the passing game. He's going to get probably like 5, 10, probably like, not more than that, probably like 10 carries also. But I think Montgomery's going to go out there, get 15 plus touches,
But
maybe catch a pass or two.
Williams, who's now in the Saints, he had over 1,000 yards last year and 17 touchdowns.
That's what I'm like. I think
yes.
Montgomery's in that role.
That's
yes.
why I like the Saints. And long term, they got a lot of weapons on that offense. But you talk about stats real quick. You talk about stats like week 1. Do you overplay it? The dogs overall in the first 2 weeks of the NFL season have just been great if you hit them blind.
Yeah.
Is that adjusting? So like you said, you didn't want to overvalue stats, or in terms of preparation. Like, is it just one of those things that the NFL it takes a little while to catch up in terms of teams? Like we think Atlanta should be a 6-point dog, and they're actually better than they. It's just adjusting to the lines, and it takes a couple of weeks. Like the dogs, if you play them the first 2 weeks, have been lights out against the spread.
Also, I think
Lights
there's
out.
been a lot of week ones. There's a lot of like division games too, and division dogs have always like historically done well, especially at home, but just in general. That's like a lot of the dogs I like this week. I like some. I think this year's a little mixed. Like there's some division games that there's quite a few that aren't. But even just week 1 in general, I just like playing dogs. I think once you don't really know some of what teams are. Like you said, like you can kind of beat some lines if you think you have a good read on a team. And that's I like just attacking. Like I think just catching points. I also think getting into the season, I think when you just don't know coming into week 1, people just knee-jerk reaction is just just take the favorite.
Yeah.
And I'm just like the opposite. My knee-jerk, I'm like, give me the points.
There's kind
It's
of
the
a
NFL.
wild stat of quarterbacks taking number 1 overall week 1 since 2000,
Rookies, right? Or just in general.
their first year.
Like rookie first round.
Yeah. Since 2003, quarterbacks drafted number 1 overall are 0-13-1 against the straight up, and 1-13 against the spread in their first start.
First round or number 1?
No, that's
Number 1.
No,
Number 1 pick.
I read that set and included the whole.
It might have. But this
I thought it included
one
first
stat
round
is
quarterbacks.
Just like so, this is like Bryce Young, and the Bryce Young they're plus 3.5, and I think they're going to get smoked
in
first game.
Atlanta.
I think Atlanta actually smokes them because also, I'm pretty sure Thielen and somebody else are.
Thielen's nicked up. Yeah, he's like questionable. I think right now.
In terms of all right, so in terms of the game, straight up, which way are you leaning?
Straight up,
I'm sorry. Well, I mean, you're making a play.
I got the Lions +7. I would still take them +5. I think I'm going to make a bet that the Chiefs win by 3. I think it's going to be one of those games.
Clemmer?
Yeah, I'm on the Chiefs big. I got him at 6.5, which I kind of regret now. It's down to 5, but I still like him. Even if Kelsey doesn't play, I just can't get myself to bet against Pat Mahomes when they're playing a team. I know the Lions are improved. They won 9 games last year. Like this isn't.
Yeah, but I think
this isn't a world beater.
the thing
But
I worry
nine
about
games is like pretty good.
It's fine, but the Chiefs win 13 or 14. Like they're not in the same universe to me right now.
Yeah,
And maybe I'll have regret about this. Maybe you're right. Maybe they made these improvements, and they certainly are on the upswing. I like the Lions down the road, but against the Chiefs in Kansas City with a crowd that's celebrating a Super Bowl win, I don't know how this goes any other way.
It wouldn't surprise you. See, you're differentiating the spread and the money line. It wouldn't surprise me at all if the Lions win, or it wouldn't surprise me if the Lions cover. It would very much surprise me if the Lions win.
If it's that close, I have a hard time. If it's that close, then I'm just going to jump on it. You know what I mean?
Well, you got to remember from the standpoint of like them, like especially the number like me and Smitty took it earlier. We got like 7.
Yeah, that's
I'm thinking from the mindset of like they can if they're just within 14 in the fourth quarter, like I've got life.
Mm-hmm.
Think from that perspective. Like
not if you bet it today though at 5 though.
But I'm saying like I would bet it at 5. So I bet it at 4.5. I'm like very. I feel really good about the
where
Lions.
it's at now 5.
But yeah, anyone out there, I would take. That's why I queued up my tweet. That I'm gonna tweet after like my picks, and I said I would still take it at 4.5. I'm firm on that. I just think they're going to keep it close.
First time
It wouldn't shock me if they won. I just think they're a good team. They lost a ton of close games last year.
They were entertaining. They're one of the most entertaining.
You guys
teams of the
keep
season.
saying this stuff, and I get it. I understand that the Lions were pretty good last year, of course. Like they are, but we're still talking about the Chiefs, where they won. Yes, they did start a little slow last year, but I do think, what Clemmer said, coming off a Super Bowl win, that Arrowhead, like they are a loud fucking home crowd. That's one of the hardest places to play, and I do think that. Like, you can't see the Chiefs just come out, fucking score right in a way, and it's like, all right, well, it's probably over now.
No NFL
I
team. No NFL team is infallible at home. I mean, the Chiefs lost to the Colts last year at home, right?
Yeah, week 3.
it
And
was
the
in
Colts
Indianapolis. I think it
and
was
like
in-
two years
it
ago,
was in
granted, they came
Indianapolis.
back, but they got down like 28-0 to the Texans in the playoffs.
I feel like we're nitpicking
Different,
random
though,
occurrences
than
when the
week
overall.
one after Super Bowl. It's a different crowd week 3 and week 1 after the Super Bowl.
Well, that's the point I kind of see. So I think, to Clemmer's point, Mahomes is in the Brady discussion where you just feel if you bet against Brady or you bet against Mahomes, especially in meaningful spots, you feel sick to your stomach.
For a long
It's just like, why did I do this? I went against him. Why did I do that? Now, I don't think you should just be riding Mahomes every week and like
No.
maxing out, because a team at max is going to be what? A good year is probably 10-8 against the
But, like,
spread in
they-
the
like,
regular
my
season.
thing-
Like, that's going to kill you. But big games, Mahomes matters. The thing about it, I don't know if I consider this a big game. I think it might be more to the Lions. The Lions,
I
coming
think
in, we're
so,
going to
for
ruin the party.
sure.
Super Bowl,
Absolutely.
Super Bowl hangover. What the fuck do we care? If Kelsey's banged up or, Kelsey takes a hit, maybe he sits down. It's like, all right, who cares? Like, I still got my Lombardis. This game might not matter to me. Meanwhile, the Lions are going in there banging the head against the wall. Like, we're going to ruin the party.
This is
Well,
Lions
that's where it
Super
makes me a
Bowl.
little uncomfortable.
This is their Super Bowl.
Yeah, without a
All
doubt.
off season prepared for the Super Bowl champs. It's like the big target on their back. I definitely agree with you on that.
It's
point.
problem
also
is you're playing-
prime time Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, that's the
But-
thing.
but you got- but
when
see,
it,
the
when it
two-
all
you
comes
say
down to
this
it,
is-
Let's
I
act
would
like
play
Mahomes.
the
He
Chiefs
just
100%.
He just covers every spread.
You're acting like the Lions
been-
are just gonna fuck like just because Jared Goff played good last year. You're saying like it's like the Chiefs have no chance too.
How am I saying they have no chance?
You're kind of saying like everything
they're
we
gonna win
say.
the
You're like
game.
you're acting like Mahomes says it, but you're acting like Jared Goff is this fucking like he wins all the time too.
I've been talking about the run game all day.
Yeah,
yesterday.
but when we say something about Patrick Mahomes, you're like we act like he wins. He does win all the time.
Did not cover.
He wins. I mean,
wins meaningful games.
This
Betting
is
him against
also
the spread
not
every
just-
week.
Also, a
I don't know
smaller
if that's
spread than normal. Like,
random
you say
Sunday.
he doesn't
Really
cover.
not.
that.
5?
I mean, well, now, but even 5 is still like.
It is now. We have to talk about it now, though.
I think we actually have that. Might
They're
be
always overvalued.
We'll bet
Chiefs
today.
are always overvalued.
yeah, but maybe right now it's a discount. Like I think in a couple, like
For sure, it's a discount.
I don't know if you're I think I'm trying to think. I think Big Cat said it, or even Kelly might have said it when Georgia in that championship game. Like, you're gonna look back and you say, how could I not have Georgia inside of a touchdown? Whichever way they thought they rationale it. Like, I look at that as the Chiefs. This might be the lowest line you get all season at home. Obviously, they're gonna be close against the Chargers, the Broncos.
They'll
but-
have smaller lines.
but like
than this.
a lot of these home games are going to be inflated.
We keep saying this Chiefs are slow, by the way. Their worst record was 4-2.
No, last year they were two.
last year.
Years ago, they were
2 and
COVID
they
year,
lost
they
the
Saying,
third.
but like last year,
They lost their third game.
they went 14
COVID
and 3
year, they
last
were
year.
2 and
They didn't
3.
lose many games.
But they started out. What was it? What was the first 3 weeks? So it was-
Win,
They lost
win,
the
loss.
Colts week 3.
Win, loss, win, loss, and then a 5-game winning streak.
They just weren't 10-0, so we're like, oh, they suck.
Yeah, like they
They
were.
were, yeah.
Well, no,
the
he had a
Patriots
bad
lost to the
game.
Colts. They
No,
lost.
he had a bad game against the Colts. Where he threw like-
We're all in agreement the Chiefs are going to win this game. It's just a matter of whether it's by a point or by 20.
Kind of like your 3. I think that actually might
I
be
like
a nice
it
little
too.
play.
My only thing is like, I don't want to sound like I'm out on the Chiefs all year just because I think they lose this game. I personally just think that this defense is going to be very affected by Chris Jones, and he will now get that contract that he needs and he deserves. Like, the way that he plays frees up other defensive tackles to kind of get those one-on-one plays. They're going to open up the run game like I completely agree with that point. I think the secondary is going to be affected when they don't get that pass rush. Jared Goff's going to have a lot of time. That's why I'm taking the Lions, but it has nothing to do with Patrick Mahomes. It's more against the defense.
No,
That's my
but
only
it does
point.
though as well. Like I get what you mean. Like I understand everything you guys are saying, but it also does because Patrick Mahomes can do whatever he wants to the Lions defense.
I mean, Chris Jones.
Yeah, I
like,
think
And
the
Lions
defense is
did
better,
give
but
it
that's
did
it.
seem
Played
like
every
the
game.
Lions were
Oh,
in
it's
a lot of
huge loss.
shootouts.
That's the biggest.
That gets me
That's the most right thing they've said is that he is. That's a huge loss.
Can I ask you guys this? Is there any chance he plays? They work out a contract at 3 p.m.
No.
and he plays. Is there any? Is this?
I would be like,
It'd be
I
too
would be
tight.
shocked.
I think it'd be
They wanna do it.
insane if that happened.
I looked it up just because before I made that point, and I think that we would have seen the line move by now if he was going to play.
I think that's a good point, Dukes.
And I do think that, like, yes, I heard someone say the Lions defense last year would just be high-scoring games. I do think the defense trended upwards last year. They got, like, Gardner Johnson, I think, from the Eagles.
Yeah, towards the end
They
of the
still
year,
have
they were
Aiden
better.
Hutchinson, who's a stud. So, like, we'll see. I mean, it's going to be one of those games, who gets to stop, in my opinion.
Yeah, I could also just see that.
And to Ev's and Duke's point, Chris Jones did not miss a game last year.
He's Brett's defensive player.
Oh, it's a huge loss.
I think they're going to
That's
get
great.
it done because I mean Nick Bosa getting a contract definitely helped his cause.
And look,
think so,
I
too.
actually,
I was kind of hoping that the news would drop last
I
night.
think Jared Goff's
happened.
great, but I'm also counting on him and having a turnover as well. I think he's going to turn the ball over. Mahomes isn't. That's all. Like that's just where I get what you. I am scared of that run. The run with the Lions is a little scary because when Patrick Mahomes is on the sideline for 9 minutes and a quarter, it's not good. And that's what we're right. That was the best point. What the Titans do to them is a problem. But this is the best because I'm so fucking excited to see the first drive of the game. That's all I want. I want that first drive already here. But
I hate that it's on Amazon.
it's on NBC. I thought.
It's tonight on
I
NBC?
think I did.
Maybe they. I think
think
week.
the
I
first
think
one.
week one they
Pretty
did.
sure
it
it's
All
last
right,
week.
my bad. Yeah,
But
actually,
it is on
sorry.
Prime though. Going. It's like
Going
the rest of the year.
the
pretty
Thursdays
much.
going forward. That's an old man thing.
Yeah, they
You
bought,
can't get Prime on one of your 20 TVs?
I can get it on the TV. I still
NBC
don't
does.
like the ability that at any point it could just shut off. Your cable doesn't just shut off. You got a TV. You got a remote. It goes. Well, unless you have ESPN with Spectrum.
I actually agree with Rico. I hate going to that.
I don't like.
Going
it.
to
I don't like it either. It's painful.
I got to go to my login,
do it,
then you
but
do
I
the
hate
thing, enter this link, and resend your password.
I
Now
just
gotta go
want
to my
to turn
phone.
on Channel 4.
Turn on the channel, man.
I'm with you guys.
Turn on the
You
channel.
don't have it just logged in already. You don't got a smart TV.
I have it, but the bar. Well, everything.
Not on the 32-inch.
You literally you literally click Prime app, and then the first button is just
Listen,
play.
the
You go
bars,
click.
the bars are back, dude. Like we're gonna make all these old bartenders fucking in watering holes go to try to get
Hey,
Amazon. Turn on Channel 4.
My brother and I were talking with one of your things. A bar really does need a remote manager
There's
because
no denying.
we were in Nashville. The Tennessee game wasn't on. In Nashville, the game was on the block. Wasn't on.
crazy.
There were so many like random games on it. It was like we need someone to have an eyes on each TV because they don't care. They just they see football, they put it on. They
I
don't care what
love
the
like
teams
for
are.
like March Madness and stuff like at the sports books when we've done it, like that when we had our own obviously. They would have the guy on the TV that just controls everything.
Yeah, on the iPad.
Great.
Yeah, no, the
He
ones
just
who-
controls every single TV.
Yeah.
from
the
one
generic
place.
sports person behind the bar who just goes, "I'll put on the NFL Network,"
Ugh.
and you're running a rerun during like conference championship week. You're like, dude, what are you doing?
Yep.
Figure it out. All right, in terms of the parlay, I think we kind of figured it out a little bit last year. So we've revamped going in and trying to not talk it out. Like come in and like, oh, Smitty likes this side, I like this side. We're just gonna go with 5. We're gonna go with 5. Are we gonna vote anybody out, or it's just 5 legs?
Unless we really hate one, I think we should do 5.
All right, 5 legs. I will put.
I want to say one thing before you go. I think that if you lose 2 weeks in a row, you're out of the parlay, so it could go down.
Got it.
If 2 people lose 2 in a row, it goes to 3, so it can maybe help the parlay as
Right.
well.
And then you actually just get the hot guy like that.
Yeah.
As long as they stay. So if that parlay hits, it stays at 2 guys.
Yes.
Or it stays at 3 guys. I
Yes.
like that as
But
well.
I do think because losing 1, you shouldn't be out. 2 in a
Dude's
row.
just like a puppy at the window. Like, you gonna take me for a walk?
I don't fucking. I don't.
6 legs, guys.
Yeah, I'll keep my winners to myself, Bosco. I know you need them with that 2-7 record.
Boy, Duke.
He's just the worst.
No, I was gonna
2 and
ask
7?
you.
I don't. Yeah,
Don't say I don't know. You know.
Couple of baseballs.
Do you want to just read out what you guys got it out like -110 plus 125, just so I can calculate it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that too hard for you, Bosco? You want me to do it for you?
No, I didn't.
All right.
I don't.
So tomorrow we'll do colors.
Asshole. Where is?
I'll go first.
Yeah, go ahead.
St. Brown over 6.5 catches. He's going to get 15 targets.
I don't think anyone's gonna have a problem.
Minus
with that
120.
Well, the one I want is not on here. Do you have Mahomes completions? I like Mahomes completions over. Because the field goals, they took the field goals off for now.
Did they?
So I'll take Mahomes completions.
Is Duke's building it?
Yeah.
He's crunching numbers. Got
What did you take? Sorry, Smitty. What did you
St. Brown over 6.5 catches.
get? Okay, I
Minus
like that.
120.
Clemmer, what do you got?
I have Jared Goff over 258.5 yards. Minus 115.
Okay.
how come?
I mean, it goes hand in hand at least.
I'm
me
I'm
and-
gonna react when I start
no.
sweating. I'm not sweating Smitty's. I feel like I'm sweating.
Why-
Clemmer's.
why?
You know, it's a little bit. You're,
Okay,
you're
that's
How it
killing me.
works. I don't know. Just how it
Because
works.
me and you have the
How it works.
Chiefs, and me and you both have Lions props. That's not helpful.
Well, no, it is. 'Cause I think they're
No,
going
because we're gonna all have Lions props, right?
No, because if you
I-
have the
could
Chiefs,
be a
you
good
want a
thing.
Chiefs blowout, and you just want Lions stat pad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Actually,
think
the best spot to be in.
258.
a half. Yeah, I think over 259. Yeah, I think he's going to be throwing I think they're going to be losing, and I think that fourth quarter he's down 2 touchdowns. He's throwing the ball.
Okay.
Or they keep running fucking draws, and you want to.
If they have the lead at halftime, you're going to be shitting on me tomorrow. I'll say
No,
that.
I'm not. I don't hate it. Just it's scary.
You have Mahomes completions? Yeah. Because it's not. I didn't have it on, so.
Ev.
Montgomery touchdown plus 115.
I've always got the touchdown.
Primetime touchdown.
Always got the
Nice.
touchdown.
You know what? It always
Montgomery.
fucking hits.
Montgomery.
It fucking hits.
Does.
Montgomery Tutty.
It does.
I might go first touchdown on him as well, personally.
Does.
So we're gonna have 4 Lions fucking props.
The whole room thinks the Chiefs going to win the
And,
game. So why don't you do that?
Completions?
Yeah, completions.
I got and
Is it not on there?
Well, I mean, we
Got it? Okay.
we
What-
got
what is
options
it?
now.
It's 24.5
I like
minus
that.
114.
Okay. And what do you got? Marty, why don't you just play it safe first week? Put Chiefs money line.
no, because I had what I was gonna say, and you know what? I want, believe me, I want to do Kadarius Toney plus 175 for a touchdown, but I'm not gonna do that.
I like
That was-
Rasheed Rice.
Gonna go in with
Only plus 175?
yeah.
Okay.
I know. I, thought it was gonna be
I
like
think they know
250.
what we know.
I-
They're all the weird guys now are they can't put them at 10 to 1, 12 to
Yeah.
1.
Yeah.
Like Rasheed Rice is 5 to 1. Like that's crazy.
I'm
The fourth wide receiver.
I'm going Gibbs over 31.5 receiving yards.
All right.
What's that line?
It's minus 115.
What's it at, Dukes?
I'll hit it. You catch a screen pass,
Yep.
25 yards.
They're gonna use him in ways we've never seen, so I can't wait to see that.
Some of the tweets trolling that comment were very funny.
A $100
Yeah.
bet wins you $2,486. A $100 bet wins you $2,486.
Almost 25
Boys,
to
if
1.
we
25 to
win
1.
$2,000, all of us tonight.
Almost 25 to 1. Like that.
Wow.
Yeah, that's that math. I was looking for that. I was like, fuck, I can't do it in my head right now.
No, I like that, dude. Because I like
like
to see.
that.
I like because if I was 25, I don't want to do the math. I like how you did it. I do love that. I like we're just all on the lines. At least we have completions. What's the completions? How many?
4.5, I think.
24.5.
Mine's directly tied to the Lions losing.
Not really.
I mean,
It's-
I would.
you can't say that.
You can say pass yards are just direct.
Yeah, you
It'd be
can-
a
it's
close
mostly
game,
if
and
he's
they'll
just airing the
dish that.
shit out of the ball and he's fucking torching the Chiefs.
Oh, worse. Yours actually. I'm trying to think. The line, he could be torching him and throwing
You
the
go,
ball
you
through.
could go
Yeah,
either
yeah,
way.
yeah.
You could go either way.
Or it's a close
You're just
game.
thinking that because you took the Chiefs.
No, or it's a
No,
close
I mean,
game.
I believe in the Chiefs. I still do.
Or it's a close game back and forth, and he puts up 250.
Mine's just like-
31-27.
They're gonna try and gives the ball a lot. That's the only reason why I'm doing that one.
Except on the goal.
Draft him in the first round for a reason.
Yeah.
This isn't for the parlay, but Jason was telling me yesterday about a pick, and I was like, I just gotta get. I want him to
Fuck,
say it
Jason
because
has
if it
a pick?
hits, I don't want him to hold back.
I feel confident on it. I like the idea of Mahomes over 2.5 touchdown passes.
So I looked it up.
Plus money.
I
When he
fucking
passed-
love.
I
I,
don't
mean,
mind that.
Jason hasn't talked.
He's
in
been
2
talking about it
years.
for 2 days.
When he
I
puts
love
over-
that pick.
They're like their record is really, really good when he goes over 2.5 touchdowns, which is like saying the sky is blue. But
And they ain't giving Pacheco the ball on the 2. They're
You don't-
barely. They're giving a little shovel
A shovel
pass.
pass. that's-
Rasheed Rice on a little out. You're like, who the fuck
Can't
is
wait to
that
see how
guy?
many shovel
Yeah.
passes we
How
see
it's
tonight.
gonna go.
Mahomes, it's a little juice, but Mahomes minus 1.5 and Chiefs money line minus 150.
I don't hate that.
He's definitely getting a 2.
His minus 1.5 for touchdowns is like 320.
Yeah. Well,
So-
and Chiefs
Oh
win.
yeah, so
Clemmer,
Chiefs
you
win.
should take my pick because actually, I guess I like your pick. It's Goff and Mahomes over 275 passing
I don't
yards.
know if Mahomes is
It's
going to do
plus 2. What?
it. Yeah.
That's just
I don't know what's
idiotic.
going on.
That's just a Lions guy.
That's the stupidest thing you've ever
Just a
said.
Lions guy.
Oh, it's
No, that's so stupid.
He's just a Lions guy.
I'm really worried they're just gonna run the ball the whole fourth quarter. I think I think the Chiefs win
He
this.
thinks the Chiefs are going to win by
Are
like
you
30
okay?
points.
He's a
I'm just-
Lions
no,
guy.
I'm really
The
high.
Chiefs are gonna, the way you're talking is that they're
they're
gonna
gonna just blow
knee
him
the
out.
ball in the
I
fourth
think
quarter.
the Chiefs win this game by 2 touchdowns.
The thing is, he'll have more than 275 if they score 30 points.
I mean, the proofs. Like, look at that last Thursday game I talked about. Like, they won by 2 touchdowns. He didn't hit that number.
They're
One
playing the
time.
Texans, though. And that's
I
a
know,
game.
but I'm just saying, like, you
3 years
can.
ago.
You pointed to one.
You just
game,
said you were
like, 3
nitpicking
years
games.
ago.
This
You
is
just picked a game-
insane.
Week 1 game
Say
against
how
the
I
Texans
feel.
from 3
Rattled.
years ago.
He's
Listen,
not
I've been
worried
there.
about Jared Goff getting
Hold him-
250, but he's worried about Patrick Mahomes.
Hold him back up. He's rattled. I've been there.
I'm not. I'm just.
No, you are all over
No,
the
I,
place.
this is where like
I'm not.
Clemmer will
All right.
he will say the same thing to you, and then he'll just do it himself.
Yes.
Like you're nitpicking games, and he's like, "But that game 3 years ago, Week 1 against the Texans,
Yes.
I know,
he
I
didn't
didn't
do
do
it.
it.
But the 4 other games that were up there, he had
He had like 300 plus.
Oh, I'm using it as proof that I think if you put a gun to my head, I think the Chiefs win like 31-14, and then that whole second half they're just running. I think the Chiefs win this easily.
All right.
Huh.
I know, and maybe I'm crazy, and maybe I see the Lions and I have like PTSD from all the Lions.
Joe.
I don't know. I could be way off.
No, you are
Fine.
insane.
fine.
The way you're talking is not making me like you as my running mate with the Chiefs.
It's all right. Let's
We are together, Marty. Me and you.
I can't believe you stunned. That was the first time I've been stunned.
Now I am confirmed an Andy Reid supporter now.
Of course,
that is
we've
confirmed after
only
the Super
said
Bowl. The only worry I would have for you, Chris Clemmer, is in 2003 after the Eagles lost the worst game I've ever been to, the worst game in Philadelphia sports history, last game at the Veterans Stadium, to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay went on to win the Super Bowl. 2003 opening day at the Link. For whatever reason, the NFL scheduled the Bucks at the Eagles opening day. Everyone's pumped. Sylvester Stallone's doing a Rocky thing. The crowd is fucking juiced. Eagles get shut out.
Oh no.
19-0.
Oh no. Well, that would be a disaster for me.
No correlation to tonight.
Nope. All right. Let's.
Everything's
How many
gonna
yards
be-
did Brad Johnson have in that game?
Okay.
God, Joe Jurvicius was running all over the place. I remember that.
Let's switch real quick. We got Brad up.
Fucking A, still in my night.
Fire up, Brad. College. Brad, what's going on?
Yeah, 2 touchdowns.
What's happening, Rigo?
Nothing. So I think the news. I think you were a little mad that the Cal Poly news got out. We're gonna give that a push to the 17. A lot of opportunities on that goal line.
Why, Rico? Why did it get the news get out? Maybe I know Dave's on your ass about blogging, but let's not blog about a game that's not hit the board yet. That was for you and Marty.
blogged
and the
it?
people watching live.
Got
after the
nothing.
whole
I didn't
world
know
was
you
tweeting about
blogged
and
it.
whatnot.
Next to a guy, you don't blog. You're on the chopping block, Brad. Like I don't know if you read the news. It's been a tough year in the Bosco house the past year. You know, I'm on a week-to-week contract as it goes.
I
day
got
by
you.
day.
I'm still a rider. I'm still a rider.
Yeah, I was in Saban's rehab program because I'm so tight with the Alabama program. They got me in Saban's rehab program. I've been talking to him
Got you a gun.
every week. Shout out BetterHelp. All right, so Cal Poly, we go to there, but there is a lot of games this week. You know, I'll go right to the well. What do you like in terms, because there was a bunch last week, what do you like in terms of a double-digit dog to pull an outright upset?
I'm going to go New Mexico State plus 10. Not a big dog, but I think they're the most confident double-digit underdog this week. Why? Because just go back to late November. They went to Lynchburg against Liberty and won the game by 35. Liberty, I think, is overrated. They're plus 4 in turnovers last week. Barely covered against BG. Give me New Mexico State plus 10.
Let's go, Brad. So, Barstool College Football Show going out to Bama, Texas this week. Probably, I would say not probably, definitely the biggest game of the week. What are your thoughts on that one? What mine's 7.5 right now? I'm seeing for Bama at home.
Yeah, I mean, just because it's the biggest game of the week doesn't necessarily mean it's the best value
Of
bet.
course.
Diving deep into it, I'm going to go under.
Okay.
I'm not buying into Milrow yet. I know he had great, counting stats against Middle Tennessee. I think Texas's defense is legit up front on the defensive line. Kid to watch is that Sweat kid, 355 pounds in the middle. And I'm still not buying Quinn Ewers yet on Texas's side. So I know people aren't going to want to watch a slugfest, but for your pocketbooks, let's go under 54.5.
I've heard this one scares the shit out of me. I like the under in Oregon, Texas Tech. I think that.
Oh my God.
I think that defense steps up. I think Oregon steps up in that defense. But I've heard 95% of the public, I think it's a little exaggerated, 95% of the public on Oregon. Based on what you've seen, can the public be right? Like, are you an idiot here backing Oregon? Because the Big 12 is bad. I think Bo Nix has really turned himself into a superstar. Am I an idiot for falling in this trap, or can the public sometimes be right here?
Yeah, I mean, certainly the public's not wrong all the time. I mean, there would be no incentive to bet. So here's the handicapping 101 tells me Texas Tech is the side, lose outright as a double-digit favorite the week before. Oregon puts up an 81 spot against a tomato can. Usually you want to go regression the very next week. But, man, I watched that Texas Tech game. Tyler Shuck going score for score with Oregon's offense, I'm not confident. So, honestly, my power ratings would say lean Oregon -6.5.
Why do you hate the under? You made a face at the under.
I bet the over. I mean, you're going to – that's good. You want to talk about contrarian. I can't believe this from Rico Bosco going under on a game like that.
Yeah.
My goodness.
I'm getting a little bit
kind of like it.
Progress,
I was stunned that you said it.
Yeah, I'll give you another one that's going to make you sick. I like the under in USC Stanford. I don't think there's any way Stanford can try and run with this team. Now, it's scary with USC scoring basically 60 points a game they're averaging in 2 weeks. But they're going to try and run the clock. I think with the first downs, we've seen that slow down. Stanford's got to try and sit on something here with a run game. I don't know if they will, but I was going the same way, contrarian. I think everybody's going to be on that over.
I know it's late night on the East Coast. Did you watch Stanford last week?
Yeah, they're horrible. They're horrific.
Horrific. I mean, I think they look competent. I mean, I think they upgraded a coach. They're running tempo. Check some notes down. I'm on the West Coast. I actually watched the game. They got an All-American tight end. They got a competent quarterback. Let's go over in that game. So I can't believe I'm taking overs. You're taking unders. What the hell? I'm supposed to be the sharp guy.
In terms of the Pac-12, you did a draft of like the talent on the field, the quarterbacks. Stanford still, they're not.
Oh yeah,
I also don't like a team changing the identity. You know, it used to be white running back at Stanford, and we're going to pound and kill you. And going away from that, I worry about it. You know, you look at
I did too, and everyone did, because I mean that's why their win total was 2.5. And everyone bet against them last week down to a 3-point favorite against Hawaii, but they were easily the right side in that game and controlled matters from start to finish against, I thought, a decent Hawaii team. So I'm here to tell you, David Shaw's last couple of years wasn't a very good coach, to say the least. They upgraded a coach. Their roster's better than I expected.
All right. Ed, what do you got?
So that's another one. So this is probably, I would say, definitely the biggest story coming out of week one. We got Nebraska, Colorado. I don't know if this is true or not, but seeing rumors on Twitter, people are talking about this is the most, that Colorado has more tickets than like the entire NFL slate. I don't know if I buy that.
That's from Nikki Smokes. We don't know.
I did not see that from Nikki Smokes. I saw a few different people tweet it. I don't know if I buy that, but regardless, a ton of money coming out of Colorado, obviously. Line's 3. I think I know what you're going to say. I think I know what I'm thinking, but go ahead. Your thoughts on the spread.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just not, a couple guys tweeting it out. It's, reputable guys that run actually sports books. Some of the biggest offshore books in the world are saying that this could be the biggest bet college football regular season game that they've ever seen, and one-sided action on Colorado. I don't buy into this. All the public's on this, the sharps are on this discussion. It is what it is. But I will say in these types of scenarios, think, Mayweather, the McGregor type fights where the public's so one-sided on one way. Usually in those types of situations, I want to be on the side of the book. And even though they got significant action on Colorado, they haven't moved that point spread. It's staying right there at 3. So, I upgraded Colorado more than any team coming in this season, upgraded them more than any team after week 1. And my power ratings say take Nebraska here. I'll take the Huskers +3.
I almost think you have to.
You have to, but the thing I said, it's going to make you feel sick when you're watching Nebraska like butt fucking.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You have all the swag in the world with Colorado, and you're like, and Shohei Ohtani playing on the field, and you're like, God damn it, why didn't I just take
it's when you got
Colorado? But he's right. I mean, that is the right side. Nebraska's the right side.
You're going to plug your nose when you hit submit, but.
Yeah, it's horrible. One other one, too. Have you heard anything about Ohio's quarterback? Are they playing that a little tight?
Rourke's going to play.
Okay.
So we've seen money on the over. We've seen money come in on Ohio. He'll play. Really good. And the good beauty of this week, Rico, we get a lot of good data points this week. A lot of competitively priced games. Ohio, Florida Atlantic. Look, it's not going to attract a lot of viewership, but, man, that's a good game to judge both teams. I kind of lean Ohio because of the injury to him against San Diego State. I think they win that game outright.
I think Casey Thompson's the best player on the field. Florida Atlantic's my best bet, which now I'm worried going against you.
That's
but-
all right. What? No, I
10
wait.
back
Rick.
on
What,
defense.
do you have to submit already?
Yeah, 10 back on defense. Tom Herman. I like Florida Atlantic a lot in that game. At home, I like Florida Atlantic a lot.
What number? Did you
4.5.
submit it already? I'm telling you, you might be able to lay 3, bud.
Okay. I'm
Keep that in mind. Numbers
4.5
matter.
yesterday, yes.
See Cal Poly game.
Yeah. Oh, they definitely matter. Yeah. I'll get you out of here on this one. You were high on them last week. SMU to flirt with an upset with Oklahoma. Wildly crazy or accurate?
No, not wildly crazy. I mean, SMU is one of these teams that dramatically improved their roster through the transfer portal. A lot of P5 kids. It's why I love them to win the conference. Bet them over their win total. Bet them in week 1. Oklahoma did look pretty good, though. I mean, 73-0 spot. I don't care if you're playing against, the JV high school team. I mean, that's pretty impressive. Not high value pick. If you got the 17 earlier in the week, kudos to you. I think that's the play there. Probably still lean SMU.
Okay. And then, so basically, if you're walking away with a best bet, what are you leaving us with?
I'm going to go derivative market. How about this one? You'll like this. Let's go first half. We're taking Southern Miss plus 17.5. We're fading Florida State off the biggest win of last week. But I don't want to take full game because Florida State showed their depth and the adjustments at halftime. But I think it's a little bit of a slow start. I just need one score, I think, out of Southern Miss, and we get the cover plus 17.5. Southern Miss first half.
Is Gore's kid still there? Gore's kid in his 9th year there?
Yeah, he's still there.
Jesus Christ.
He's really good, too.
How's he
Good,
still
good back.
fucking playing? All right, so Southern Miss plus the 17.5 in the first half?
Yep.
I like that outside the football number. All right, Brad. Yeah, and we finally get into some big ones. Enjoy Alabama, Texas. We'll touch base with you tonight. Oh,
All
sorry,
right,
next
sounds
week.
good,
Thank you very much.
Appreciate you, Brad.
Breaking news, Dukes.
What's up?
Your coach broke up with his girlfriend, and they're scared about things coming out online. Do you have anything to say about that?
Oh, no.
Oh my God, that's got to be
Belichick or Dayton?
Nope, Belichick.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
He's more worried about Dayton.
So, I mean, do you want me to speculate, or I haven't heard anything? I mean, I was just at Gillette. Everything looked okay. Everything looked okay inside the building. Ownership looked like they weren't worried. They're ready and excited for week 1. I wonder what happened. Like, do you think this is
a tweet? This is a tweet. Let me
read it out to me. I could try to pull it up too.
report. Patriots coach Bill Belichick and longtime girlfriend Linda Holliday have broken up, which is causing Pat's executives to be on edge. The report says that there is a concern about what Linda might post about online after the breakup. The report also says it's been a drawn-out, back-and-forth breakup.
Ooh.
Jesus Christ.
That is kind of wild because Belichick is such a soft-spoken, private person.
Don't forget, Bill Belichick was taking.
I mean,
taking
it
to
probably sounds
court.
like a lawsuit's coming her way if she breaks that NDA.
What was he taking to court for?
He's a homewrecker.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of things that I see. I didn't know that either. I feel like a lot of things get
I didn't know
taken.
Yeah.
Taken
Way back in the day, Bill Belichick.
This Browns Bill
having an
Belichick?
affair with a married woman, and the husband was very upset.
Yeah, I think that
Rightfully
Bill
so.
keeps this. I think that Bill will have it under wraps. It's football season. I mean, you don't have time for women anyways.
Here's the $1,000,000 question. Does Bill review his own film?
Oh, I was thinking the same thing. I was going to imagine. Can you imagine Belichick?
Dedicated to the craft, right? Like Edelman said he used to repeat
Hey,
it
this
50
is,
times. when he can't catch the
Can you
ball.
visualize Belichick fucking?
No. It's great. I want to throw up.
I can.
Did you get this from Dov Kleiman?
What?
Did you get this from Dov Kleiman?
Yeah. No,
I don't know if I
but it
buy all
wasn't-
this guy's
no,
bullshit.
But he connected to someone else wrote the thing.
Okay.
It wasn't
All
like
right.
him.
Because I was gonna say I don't know how much I buy all that guy's shit. Because sometimes I fact check him and
There's so many Twitter accounts now that
Right.
like the JP football, ML
Legion
football.
Hoops.
There's so many, but this one he connected a
yeah,
article.
that'll be interesting just because of
What's the
how
Eagles
private
spread?
he is.
4.5.
Or do
the
I
breakup.
I like the Eagles there.
That's a Patriots line too.
Wow.
I know, but with the break, that's
Even
before,
before
breakup.
the breakup, I was all.
I think it's going to be more of a game than Philly people would
Patriots
think.
defense is
I-
good.
and I'm
Patriots
not-
defense might put the clamps on a little bit.
I'm not doing the Patriots bias either. I just think that they'll be in every game. Like I'm not saying they'll win every game. I just think they'll be
I mean, you
involved
look
in
at
every
that-
game.
I don't know how
He might be the best team
Patriots-
against the spread, but
Yeah, I don't know how the Patriots score that much on something.
Right, and like
don't
Mac
either.
came out and said, like, I will say the one thing that I'm kind of talking myself into is kind of throw away last year's film. Like it's a complete different offense now, but I'm just talking myself into
Their
all
problem
these
is
theories.
their offensive line is bad.
Bad.
So
bad.
really
like
bad.
really.
Eagles defense is going to be
Yeah,
That's what I'm worried about in that game. Like the Eagles defense line could eat them up.
like
Yeah.
the Eagles were, I think, a sack or two away from the all-time record
Right.
last year, and they just upgraded.
the Patriots' offensive line is bad.
They ever settle on a backup quarterback?
Gillette, right?
I think it's Corral.
I still think I feel like it should be at least 5.5.
What?
The spread.
I could see it being like a 20-16 game.
I think
Something like that.
everyone.
I could see it being a little sloppy. Like the Eagles will
Little
still
bit.
win, but
let's have a serious conversation about the Patriots. So let's say Mac Jones is like just enough. He's a Honda Civic. He's not gonna crash the car. You're gonna be okay. You're never gonna go to the shop all the time, but he's not gonna hit 100 miles an hour, like a roadway. And the Patriots do that for like 3 or 4 years. When do they eventually and Belichick has a long leash, but when do they kind of move away from that in one of those things? You know, like, all right, maybe we roll the dice with like we had our run, we won all our Super Bowls, and you can't fire the guy. That's where it becomes difficult. But like, do we go to an offensive shootout guy? Like, does Lincoln Riley start flirting with the NFL? Do they think outside the box?
Dukes, is it a Mac Jones issue if that's the case, or is it like just consistently not drafting well?
Right, and obviously I think that we do very good in free agency. We're very good at picking talent that's like late in drafts. Cornerbacks, I said it to Clemmer last week. The way that we draft cornerbacks, we had undrafted guys and turn them into all pros and get these contracts. When they leave, they don't play outside the Patriot system that well. But I've always said this about Mac Jones. All he has to be is a top 15 quarterback within the Patriots system. That's all he needs to be. You guys are saying, like, oh, we should have gotten Jimmy G. When did Jimmy G ever turn into a top 5 quarterback? You guys are saying that we need him. He's right outside that top 15, top 20 number.
Yeah,
He wins.
But you agree that doesn't that
Mac
kind of
Jones went to the fucking playoffs, you moron!
I mean, how did
His
they do?
rookie year.
I mean, but
take the emotion out of it? Because that's what I'm asking. If he is top 15, top 20,
Right.
but that puts you in neutral
Yeah.
in terms of the whole NFL.
But
that's
then
what I'm asking.
Like you're saying that teams are a year away. I view the Patriots as a year away. We have the most salary cap going into next offseason, where we could grab a number one. I'm glad.
when do they spend on like a receiver though?
I'm not asking you to spend on like
they did this year a little bit.
Yeah,
actually.
like
not crazy.
A guy with one knee.
if we overpaid for I'm happy we didn't overpay for DeAndre Hopkins. Is my point. Like Mac has never had a true number one receiver.
Are you concerned? So Bill Belichick minus Tom Brady is not a good quarterback record-wise. It's a fact. He has like a 470 winning percentage. That's just a fact. At one point, you were a little concerned, like maybe Tom Brady was really the guy, and this guy we're left with.
Oh, I mean, we could just look back at some Super Bowls, and you could say, okay, Brady won that Super Bowl, and then you could look at others and say, oh, Bill won him that one. You look back in like Brady's first couple of years, it's not like Brady came out of the gates and was this like awesome stat padding quarterback. He was a clutch quarterback. He was a winner.
If
he
that's
was a gamer.
true, then why did they go 5-11
Okay,
the year before without Brady?
And then there was the 13-3 Super Bowl against the Rams. The Bill Belichick's defense won him that one
No, but
against
I'm
the most
asking you,
high-powered offense.
why the year before Brady were they so bad then if it wasn't Brady? They were 5-11 that year with Drew Bledsoe. Why?
Coming in from a new system, you have to build your pieces. And you
Rico
could look back at the
Dior.
Matt Castle year. We have Matt Castle as the quarterback, 11-5, gets him a
Yep.
big contract.
No, but I'm saying
You look at Cam Newton, you're like, he's in COVID year. He's a game away from making the
The game's
playoffs.
a little different now than it was 25
Yeah,
years
yeah.
ago.
Wait,
Easy
Rico,
nigga. Go ahead.
wait. What you said, I kind of take it to like think about Pop, right? He was great for so long, and they sucked for the past how long?
Yeah.
You just gotta wait until he retires. You can't do.
I keep
anything.
hearing. I mean, if you read like between the lines, like some Boston Herald, Boston Globe stuff, like they're saying that like that they're getting less and less patient with Belichick.
100%.
If they go 5-12 this year, he might be gone.
Well, no, what
That's a
Smitty
fact.
said is
He's right about that.
He's him being the GM and coach. I think is starting to run its course.
Lines are getting blurred.
Unless some things change quickly, which I don't know if they are. But like I said, he really overall hasn't drafted, like as a whole, has not drafted very well.
And you're in a lose-lose.
Especially at offense. Like Duke
he's
said,
drafted offense.
he has drafted some late picks in defense like very well. And defensive minded is where he really that's where his bread's buttered. He's an unbelievable defensive mind. But going off what Clemmer said too, like it's interesting the way like Brady leaves right away. Like granted, he went to a very talented roster, won a Super Bowl. They haven't been there without him, and it's tough. Like you lose the best quarterback of all time. It's going to be tough to keep winning, but
Under Belichick, with Belichick trying, they're always going to have an above-average defense.
Right, and I guess my point will be when it came back down to that Belichick-Brady argument, Belichick didn't get to pick the team that he coached next. Brady got to pick the position that he was in next. And the last thing I'll say, I know people
I
are
mean,
sick of the Patriots
Belichick
talk.
kind of did when he.
Yeah, I mean, he got to go to New England, though.
Yeah.
Right.
He also
Of
coached
course,
the Browns for 5
When
years
you
and
look
was
at the
trash.
Ravens-
No, but
When you
he's saying at the end when Brady left.
And if you look at that Ravens team, that 2000 defense, that was a lot of Bills guys from that from the Browns when they moved to Baltimore. So people forget that. Last point, the best signing in Patriots team history was Gisele Bündchen, because Brady and her were so rich together. He didn't need that big ass contract. I'm not.
Fair.
I'm
No,
not.
no,
I'm not kidding.
no.
You could build.
I'm laughing because
That's not a bad. That's not a.
I'm laughing
I call it
partially
a signing.
because you're correct.
Yeah.
That's like when the New York Post put the Knicks off-season signings in terms of cap money, and they put Anuka Brown Sanders at $11 million. One who sued Isaiah Thomas, rightfully so, because Isaiah Thomas a dickbag.
No, that's true, because Tom Brady should have been the most highest paid player of all time.
And
taken up all the
he was
cap
able
space.
to
I guess you
get
could say-
players
yeah.
that he wasn't able to get, really. And
I mean, one of the best things that happened for the Bulls was the fact that Jordan had Nike and, all his other shit, because he never bankrupted the Bulls early in his career. Go look at what he was making. It was about
$3 million a year.
$3 million a year until the end. And then in '98, I think he finally took.
Well,
in
and then
97,
he kept doing like the 1 year,
he did the
like
$33 million
deals.
but he
yeah.
didn't need. He knew he needed Scotty. He knew he needed Rodman. He needed the cap space.
Well, Scotty also was making chump changes.
Tony Kukoc.
Well, Scotty was making it early, but I'm saying then in '93, '94, '95, like
No, he's
Jordan was
chump
making
changes
$3 million.
his entire time in the Bulls.
Most underpaid person in America. Yeah, the Giselle thing, that's a crazy spin, but it might be right. Yeah, I just think the Patriots are in a tough spot because you can't fire Belichick because he's a GM, and he has such a
He's
leash.
the best coach ever.
But it's a tough.
Well,
it's just a tough spot.
he's the best NFL
not
coach of all time.
succeeding.
I mean, okay.
Yes.
What do you mean? I mean, who
I
else?
don't want to.
I just think Bill Walsh did it with I just think like the idea that you can't do it without Brady is a bit jarring.
I mean,
It's-
I don't
but
want to talk about the
he's-
Patriots all the time.
But even just going back, like the Super Bowls he won with the Giants, defensive coordinator.
It's
like,
not a head coach.
but he's still a coach. Like he's probably the best defensive mind maybe in like NFL history.
Do you think that Belichick would have never won a Super Bowl without Brady? Because I don't know if he'll have.
I think he
6
would have
or
ran out
5.
of chances, though. He wouldn't. So like I remember when they went 5-11, and they started off 0-1, 0-2 that next year before Bledsoe hurt his spleen. Like they were starting to be calls like we need to fire this guy. So I don't know if you keep getting chances.
I just think people just, when you look back in history, people just assume that Brady was always this stud quarterback. People thought, didn't they miss the playoffs? I mean, I was
The
young.
year after.
Yeah, they missed the playoffs the year after. Some people were sold on Brady still.
But they were so bad before, though.
It's like a chicken and an egg,
It
though.
did
Like-
change
Yeah.
when Brady went in. It really did.
He steadied the ship.
There's-
That's really what he did.
I-
early on.
It's not chicken and egg because they were 5-13 without him.
No, I'm saying this. I think there's a 75% chance in alternate worlds, if we play out the last 25 years, that Tom Brady is out of the league within 5 to 6 years. He needed the injury. Like, who's to say?
The opportunity?
Who's to say the next place sees him and goes, "We like it." You know how it is, bro. There's actors
No,
right
you're
now
not, like,
who are as
totally
talented
wrong,
as
but-
Adam Sandler waiting tables because they never got a chance at a comedy club. A lot of it is right place, right time. That's how it is.
I mean,
Brady. I'm just saying. I'm not diminishing Brady. I'm just thinking he did have to get that break of literally a break in
he
injury.
got the break earlier than most did. Someone in his situation, like 6th-rounder rookie or young guy, but I still think a guy with like that level of just winner, that level of like perseverance, and he still was a guy who he was like going back and forth his last year at Michigan and still got drafted. Like he wasn't even like the outright starter as a senior. He was the guy who they would put him at the end of games and he would come in and win.
But to Belichick's credit too, how many coaches in the NFL would have trusted that's my guy? And while he's showing signs of progress, that they're going to stick with him. They're not going to, after 1 year.
Who's the famous guy? There was one famous guy that like was just like they basically drafted him because this scout was like basically just in love with Brady.
I didn't hear that.
I forget his name. There's like a story that they had one guy that was like,
Yeah, I heard
you
that.
have to draft this guy. Like you have to draft him.
Like even great coaches of that time, Bill Cowher. Are we sure Bill Cowher sticks with him? Are we sure Brian Billick sticks with him? Like I'm just saying, there's
No, it's
definitely
a reasonable
way where you
point.
could be a smart guy and you don't, hey, we whiffed on that guy.
I just think
recruiting.
someone at his level of like not only the physical, but it was just that mental. Like he just basically wouldn't be denied. I
I'll
feel like
also
he
have a
eventually would have like came up. Now, would he won this many Super Bowls? Probably not. Maybe
Yeah.
he was in a different situation. But I still think he becomes like one of these, like one of them ones as the kids. would say.
Only us. Opening night football can have a 20-minute conversation about Tom.
We got a asshole. That's what happened. We got a
My last-
asshole.
It is Tom Brady Day on Sunday.
Yeah, can I,
No, seriously, it is.
I have one last point. Have you guys ever seen the Seattle Seahawks Patriots documentary? I know that's probably as niche as I can get.
Absolutely
Ernie Adams, the guy with the pink sheets, who would predicted that they might call that play and Malcolm Butler to intercept it. Ernie Adams was up in the booth, Bill Belichick's right-hand man from Wesleyan on, and he retired a couple years ago. And you could kind of see, when people are like, is it Brady or Belichick? I think Ernie Adams was as low-key a dominant force in that Patriots warehouse or whatever you want to call it.
Front office.
Sucks to lose those key guys.
An absolute,
Those,
yeah. I think that he might be the key.
Brady and Belichick or Giselle and Ernie Adams?
It's Smitty, you're going to think it's crazy if you're telling me
No, it's
headline.
Guys behind the guys.
It's not wrong.
And as we talk about this, the Patriots will come in 4th in their division this year.
Oh, yeah.
So that's
Dead last. Did you get
that's
that?
where it's
Dead
at.
last.
I mean, they are.
Write
The
that down.
division's very good. I'm not saying that the
Very
picture's
good.
bad, but they're the
I'll let you know.
Never happen.
That's
The
where
fourth
it's
is
at.
two.
All right, run through the picks.
Also, I actually asked you a question.
yeah, go ahead.
Did you just copy and paste my tweet this
Yes.
morning? Okay, that's
100%.
all I'm glad with it.
And then
I was like, it was 2 minutes after my tweet.
100%.
I almost saw yours and I saw Rico's. I didn't even correlate they were the same exact.
Because I saw.
I almost put out my division winners too.
But I did.
I like
the NFL.
Oh,
We
I
don't
liked
talk
it. I
about
wasn't mad about it. I was just wanting to know if you actually copied because I saw the divisions were the same in the same way. I was like, I gotta see if he copied.
I should have changed the homework a little bit. Right. But hey, listen, it was a good.
No,
tweet.
you
I give
changed
credit.
some teams. It was good.
Oh no, I definitely gave my picks. It's not like I just copied the
okay.
answers.
No,
I
it was
didn't give
mostly
his picks.
I thought
There was a lot
at
of
first
same-
you were saying he
'cause-
literally just put the.
Oh no, I copied the
Because
format.
It looked because like I had Ravens too, and it was at the top. So like most people have Bengals.
Yeah, I didn't wanna pick
It
the
looked
Bengals.
Like I think the Ravens.
They were all the teams we went through when we went through the divisions.
I'm gonna tell you right now, the Ravens are going to be a fucking 13 wins this year.
That
They are
actually,
going to be very good.
they are. That actually is a good point. Who do you think here you could just kind of shadow tweet before? That would be the funniest, or eventually would take the longest before they come up to you. Like if I was shadow tweeting like Vibs, or you shadow.
I got
tweet,
one
like,
for you.
Laura.
I got one Big T because he mutes he got everyone.
You
Oh.
wouldn't even know.
If you're not
Yeah,
like,
but they're so.
if you're not Tennessee football like Vol Country 911.
If you're going to out
You're not like-
yourself as a conservative Christian MAGA American,
Who I don't know.
There's anything wrong
You
with
have to
that.
find someone that doesn't like go fully hard on something, like a team.
Or you go over the top and I just start shadow tweeting Frank. And then people be like, you
We already have-
motherfucker.
We already have Frank the Yank.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's
I don't
go.
think I could shadow tweet Alex Bennett. I don't think that would go well.
Not after yesterday.
No, probably not.
Let's go with the picks. Smitty.
Lions +7. Aiden Hutchinson, I think he's going to have a monster year. Sack. It starts tonight. +170. And Dukes, I'm going to take this one off. I think they're going to be running the ball a lot on the goal line for Jared Goff to get 2 TDs. So I'm switching the over 1.5 TDs with St. Brown over 6.5.
But you still want Mahomes?
No.
You want it all gone?
I want it all gone, replace it with St. Brown, and put on our parlay.
Clemmer.
You guys are going to hate me for this. Jared Goff over 258.5 yards. Jared Goff over 1.5 touchdowns. I said I think it's 31-14. I'm
You're
telling
a
you.
fucking moron.
Chiefs over 29.5.
Woo.
And Chiefs.
So,
I said -5.
Chiefs over 29.5 points, but you don't think that he'll have over 270 yards. That's insane.
I don't know. I don't know if he will. I'm more confident that Goff.
No. There's no if over
Oh.
29.5 points means that he is going to throw 3 touchdowns,
I agree.
and he doesn't think
I'm
that
not
he's
as confident.
going to.
I'm more confident he has 3 touchdowns than he has 280 yards.
Are you in? Are
No.
you putting it? Or you want to all just
put
keep
the Tigers
rolling the
money on it.
parlays? You putting that in tonight?
I'm definitely gonna put it in.
I'm putting it in.
All right, so
We're all in.
let's. I'm in. We'll roll it. I don't know about the money exchange. Whatever. I'm in.
We're
We all pool it.
I'm saying we all pull together.
Oh, we're all.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
I say we
fine.
pull that parlay together. That's why I did it.
Oh,
I'm on
okay.
Rashee Rice. I think you go with the crazy Chiefs to score touchdowns. Over field goals is going to be minus money in a couple of weeks when they catch on to this. In this game, I'm worried about it a little bit. But either way, I think you got to take it with the prime times. I'll take it Sunday night and Monday night as well. And I'll take Mahomes over the 2.5 touchdowns. Just chase the plus signs tonight.
You're right. I think that's a great bet, but this game,
I'm definitely worried about it. I think
I
long
they
term in the
punch-
NFL,
I
like
think they
it's-
punched it in today.
Yeah, Ev, what do you got?
Lions over Montgomery Tutty.
I'm surprised you don't have Mahomes over 3 touchdowns. Like you are pissing me off.
31-14.
What do you got?
28-27 Chiefs.
Is Richie James even playing tonight? I was looking for his touchdowns today. I was like, we gotta have him opening
Might
day.
not be.
He probably not even playing.
Even with injuries, he might not have
I
made
got Tony anytime touchdown plus 175. Chiefs minus 5.5. The one time that I try and take a spread early because like maybe Kelsey will come back, it's gone down. So I'm done doing it. I'm only taking it right before games happen.
Smart, Marty. I know.
Oh yeah, you have 6.5.
Yeah, I'm.
At least I have 5.5.
Where's gonna go to 7?
Goff and Mahomes over 275 yards, plus 275, and then Gibbs. It's with the Y, right? I think I probably spelled it that way. 31.5 yards.
We gotta hit one of the parlays early. Get up.
Five's
Imagine we're
obviously-
holding.
Five's
we hit-
tough.
I know.
Which one is gonna not hit? Because 4 of the 5 is gonna hit.
Fucking Clemmers, dude.
Smitty, what did you switch to?
I switched to St. Brown over 6.5.
He was already.
Oh, I thought that's what you had initially.
Yeah. No,
in his bets.
His own
my
bet.
bet.
Oh, gotta get it. Okay, I like that. No, I like
Marty's
I like
against
that.
me.
Dukes, give us a winner tonight.
Against you because we were on the
I
same
like the
team.
lines, but I wanted to say this. So I was looking at the lines when I was looking up your props.
Oh!
Was that little Jason?
Oh,
Jason.
Jason. Do it again, Jason. Yeah. Do it again. Do it again. Yeah. Oh.
Wait.
Yeah.
You know, with the,
Hold on.
Jason
Make
hits
a
with the
point.
hezzy?
Make a point, and then I'm gonna make a request on there. Keep that graphic.
With
up.
the hezzy? That was unreal.
What's your point?
Dukes forgot to.
So if you look at backup quarterback lines, it's like over 6.5 passing yards for the Dolphins or a quarterback that's gonna get injured. Do you think those go up to like over 25.5?
Sunday?
Yeah,
Maybe.
because like I saw, who was it?
It's a sick bet to root for.
Yeah, I saw like
Just rooting
Teddy
for
Bridgewater had
Tua
like
to,
over
die,
5.5
basically.
passing yards. It's like you hope he gets knocked out one play,
It's crazy.
10-yard pass, whatever.
I mean,
Maniac.
Yeah, that was just it was
I
an
think
interesting
any, I
line
think
alone,
any
so.
bet you're banking on injury, I feel like
Yeah,
it's never
yeah.
like a
But it was
smartest
so
bet in
low,
the
it
world.
seemed
Very
whatever.
I did
All
take
right.
Aaron Judge under home runs of the season.
Barstool Radio up next. Jason, can you do this? Can you close the laptop
I hope he makes
46.5.
you sweat.
on
Makes you
Dukes'
sweat.
head?
Not sweating off. 46.5.
What's he got? 30.
31.
I can try.
Crazy.
I'll have to fuck
Like
with it
no
tomorrow,
games.
though.
The music, Dukes. Close it on his head.
How many games did the Yankees got left?
Stop.
About 25.
I think 2.
He could have 15 and 20.
Oh wait, before we go, we didn't even talk about this though. Shohei Ohtani having the just random white guy in the picture was so funny.
They fuck everything up.
It was
How do they let
so
that get
funny,
out?
dude.
They fuck everything up, the Angels.
How do you let that happen?
Fucking moron. All right, that's it's Pick Central Barstool Radio up next.
No way. 4 p.m. Rico. 4 p.m.
Yeah, 4 p.m. Healthy debates.
Only that's why I don't even congratulate him on shit because only he can make it into a negative when you text him. I'm not gonna say what you said, just you always made some. You always have something.
Oh yeah.
bad
No,
about
I
when
was.
you-
We're
I was
hanging.
like, this is just Rico.
Yeah, we're hanging by a thread today. But yeah, if you read into the lines, my tweet of I know every day's a test. I didn't know every day was gonna be the chemistry regions. That should tell you what's going on upstairs. But
Nobody
all
will
good.
get that unless they.
Fourth in from New York. Yeah, fourth. That's who I play to. 4 o'clock, healthy debates. Check it out. Thank you very much.